Hi and welcome, I'm Paul.
And I'm Marie.
And we are a UK reselling couple based in Hampshire.
And this is our weekly roundup.
So this week we're going to have a little bit of a chat.
Reseller chit chat.
Reseller chit chat, yeah.
What's been happening at Emsden headquarters, hun?
Well,
it's not been a happy time, has it, my love?
It's not been great, I must admit. Our main issue, I think, is the postage situation.
Everyone's main issue, I'm guessing, not just us, is it?
Not just
Everyone's
us. No,
affected
everybody's probably in the same boat. We generally use raw mail.
Yeah,
We
they're
have
very
done,
good, aren't they?
Well, we have done for many, many years. Always been sort of happy with the service. And in 2020 we actually changed to their tracked service, fully tracked service I should say, which you literally get a tracking notification at every single point, similar to every Hermes. And whereas before all you used to get is just a delivery confirmation.
Part of the thing is that they come and collect it from the house, don't they?
They come and collect it from the house.
That's really saved you a bit of time.
Evening, yeah, that's it. They come and collect all the parcels. They take them to the sorting office, and then they get scanned and distributed from there. Now, our main issue, I would say at the moment, obviously because of the current situation, we have 18 raw mail parcels that I wouldn't say they're missing.
Just not been worked on.
They haven't been worked on. They haven't been scanned, and this goes back to what have we got? The 28th of November. But I think there are some, not many, that have gone back before that as well.
So we're filming this video on the 9th of December.
9th of December, yeah. And so it's very difficult when you've got parcels that have not had their initial first scan. That's the problem. So it's like they've just vanished. So they have notification, don't they, that we're dispatching the item. But until raw mail do the initial scan, obviously it doesn't follow on.
There's
from
nothing,
there,
is there?
So there's nothing. Contacting raw mail, probably not the easiest thing at the moment.
No, they're very apologetic. I mean,
they are very apologetic, but there's nothing that they've got. They can't trace them
until they've got
until
scan.
they've had that first scan, which is crazy, really.
And we do understand that we did anticipate a backlog, didn't we?
Oh yes,
because they've been saying for weeks, and eBay have been saying there's going to be a backlog, and there is a backlog. So we did anticipate that, but some of the ones from later from that date have arrived, have been scanned, so it looks like stuff's been put on top of it.
Some have been done, some haven't. So it looks to me, it does, basically that. The bags have gone in, and literally they're getting so much in, and so much backlog is building up that they're just getting piled and piled and piled and piled. And I don't know whether they're being worked on in order. That's the issue. And we pay for a 48-hour service. Which in theory, dispatch Monday, should be delivered Wednesday. Well, we dispatched Monday, nearly sort of a week and a half to 2 weeks later, they still haven't had their scan.
No, and
this is the problem we're facing now. Is we are getting people contacting us. What's where the hell are their parcels? Where's the parcel? Which is understandable. I would do the same.
And this is really to do with the Black Friday weekend. It's those parcels that you shipped on the Monday. That's where the main problem is seeming to come from.
Yes, and we have got some after that as well. But I'm thinking, unfortunately, it's all piling up, and we're not. They're not getting through, basically. So I got no doubt that they're not lost, and they will surface. But unfortunately, that doesn't help our customers. And as a small business, that's very difficult to swallow, because we're getting to a point where we're probably going to have to start refunding people, and then the item's going to be delivered, and then you've got to try and chase back to see if they're willing to pay you back.
And they're sort of sort of confirming that, get to a certain date and they consider it as lost, but it's not lost. It just hasn't been worked on.
It just hasn't been worked on. Yeah, so I got no doubt they will surface. But
how long can you put people off for? That's the thing. We've already had some people, haven't we, that needed them for certain dates.
Yes.
So that's just caused a lot of disappointment. It's caused you a lot of stress, isn't it?
Worry. It has, unfortunately. And what can you do? Or we can do the raw mail saying the same thing sort of over and over again. It's pointless phoning them, really.
Yeah.
They can't give you any more information. Unfortunately, we understand the strikes. We accept it, and
everyone's
we accept the reasons why they're doing it, and
exactly.
But it is just one of those things, really, that unfortunately, during Christmas time, it's.
I know, and to add salt to the wound, you've had some item not received cases opened against you, which has really slowed down sales for this week.
People are understanding.
Yeah.
There are people which are understanding and they are willing to wait, but unfortunately, you've still got those cases open, and some people have different sort of views on this.
Yeah.
We have noticed that when you have cases like that open, your sales do tend to sort of plummet a bit.
It's sort of fallen off a cliff, so you sort of know there's, you've gone from a really busy time to virtually nothing. It's not a coincidence. We had the same thing on the clothing site, didn't we, recently?
We did.
We had an item not as described. It really affected our sales for about 5 days.
Yeah.
So what can you do? It's the time when, we've not had amazing sales through the year, so it's a time when we were really banking on selling a lot of stuff, and we're hampered by outside forces, aren't we, hun? So
we are, unfortunately.
What can you do?
But like I said, a lot of people are sort of they're okay with it and willing to wait, or they're only willing to wait so long.
Yeah.
Before really they've got a source elsewhere, and you have to give them a refund. But yeah, so it's difficult, and unfortunately the strikes are having an effect. Well, I would assume they have an effect on other carriers as well. So, did I say the quantity we've got? 18, wasn't it, of raw mail, and we've got currently about 7 every parcels, which our tracking has just stopped, and we obviously have been in contact with every. The same with raw mail, to try and resolve the issue, and all they can do is put in an inquiry, raise an inquiry with the depot, just to try and hunt for the parcel and get things going. But
it's the time of year where you don't want to be refunding, isn't it? And we haven't added it all up because you might have some sort of mental breakdown.
I mean, we have got one which I'll tell you about. It's a sewing machine, a Singer sewing machine,
from 1800 and something, wasn't it? Was it 1898 something? Some vintage, gorgeous sewing machine, and the person was really chuffed to get it because they wanted to use it to do vintagey things with it.
I mean, we're saying that. I mean, the tracking has saying that it hasn't. Well, the tracking it hasn't had its first scan at raw mail. So, this is a £100 sewing machine. But with our account with raw mail, we can send quite heavy items, so that's why we used used raw mail for virtually everything, didn't we?
And on this is Friday today. On Monday they're striking again today, aren't they? So on Monday it'll be 2 weeks since that's been at the depot and not had its first scan. So it's quite a chunk of time just to be. You can only imagine what the pile must be there. Yeah,
sorry, that one 2 weeks. No, that one will probably be a week.
Oh, was it a bit later?
Yeah, sorry, no, that one was a little later.
I thought it was from that day.
Normally what happens is you get the item, they collect your parcels, they go straight to the depot, and then straight to the mail centre, and that evening you will get your first scan. Now this one has been about it's a week actually today.
Oh right, so
that one's not as bad.
Then
it may be okay.
I think that's dealt with before the others.
But again, it's normally would have been delivered on the Tuesday. Right. So we are behind on that one. But no, they go as far back as the 28th, and I think there are a couple which are a bit further. So yeah, we've got delays with Every as well, and we're assuming it's due to the strikes, that obviously people are using other companies like we are. You know, we have switched to use every UPS we have used in the past
we've stopped
anyway.
using raw mail, haven't we, over the
So
last few
unfortunately we
days?
have stopped using raw mail because we can't just add
To the
pile.
No, and it's caused such a lot of anxiety. But what can you do? This is fun times at Emsden headquarters at the moment.
Yeah, so bit all doom and gloom, but there you go.
Hopefully, we've still got a few more days.
It's the joys of this, you know,
this time of year.
This time of year, and running your own business and being self-employed. This is the joys of it. This is all you have to deal with.
And it's the 9th, and we're sort of really hoping that everything sort of pans out before Christmas. What can you do though? All you can do is hope, can't you?
That's it. So, you know, there you go. That's what it is. It's, you know,
we'll keep our fingers crossed.
It's just fingers crossed in the hope that everybody understands, and we'll go from there.
Yeah.
So, Sale of the week. So our sale of the week this week is a Garfield spoon rest and kitchen tidy.
Vintage Garfield, hun.
Vintage Garfield.
The best type of Garfield.
Yes, yeah. This I think it was the same person that had
bought both.
Yeah. So we what did we
paid £1 each.
£1
each. £1 each. I know. I've put no figures there.
whatsoever.
Guess what we paid?
I'll do it from memory. Christ. Yeah. So
and what was the best thing? What was the best thing, hun?
The best thing.
They sold for full price, didn't they? Both
They
of
did
them.
sell for full price.
$29.99 each.
Yeah.
Each, hun. Woo.
Woo woo.
Something to celebrate.
Yes, that's it. So we're chuffed with that, and hopefully they've gone to a good home.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
So I think we're going to move on, hun, aren't we?
We are. Yeah, we're going to have another little chat, aren't we?
Yes, this is our reseller chit chat. What we tend to do, we go to a Costa and do this, don't we? But we thought we'd let you join in with us, because what we normally do
Where's my Costa?
is, I know, we when we decide what we're doing within the company, we always have a coffee and a sort of sit down, don't we?
Yeah, within the company.
But we're not in Costa, we've got no coffee, but we thought we would show you how we sort of do it, because it's when we have most of our discussions is when we're having a drink.
Yeah.
Because most of the time we're working, aren't we?
Yeah,
so
that's it.
This time of the year, we always have a look back. We reflect on our year, look at what went well, what didn't go well, and look forward to making a few changes to make sure that next year improves. We're always trying
to improve. You have to, don't just do the same thing over and over. Always just try and sort of better yourself, and not better yourself, but better the company.
Most of the time, it's trying to earn a little bit more money. That's normally we get to this point and go, oh, it's been one of them years. And
it's one of those things of getting the your processes and all that sort of thing as swift and as good as possible, isn't it? And all that sort of thing.
Yes.
Trying to just improve it, really. But,
and I think what we should do, Han, is go back to lockdown times, just to give you a bit of context, because when lockdown hit, we've got all of our parents are of a certain age, and it was a time for much worrying, wasn't it?
It was.
And because we weren't able to see any of them, what we decided to do was to keep ourselves busy and throw ourselves into work, because by that time we had amassed a fairly hefty stockpile of stuff, hadn't we?
We had.
So to keep ourselves busy and not worry so much, we decided we would plough through.
I mean, we were one of the lucky ones that we had the backlog.
Yes.
We
had time on it, more time than normal. Yeah. So we decided to just plough on through. And over time, we didn't really relax the ploughing. We just carried on. We sort of got used to working quite long hours, and we just carried on. And then over time, you sort of realise that we're spending a lot of time apart in different parts of the house. We only really meet up for meals.
Yeah.
So this year we decided that we would start YouTube.
Yes.
And within the first few videos, we realised how much we loved it. It meant we were spending time together. We were laughing. If you've seen any of our outtakes, you know how daft we are, and we really, really enjoyed.
What do you mean how daft we are?
We really enjoyed making them, but straight away we realised that it's a massive time zap.
Oh yes.
And
massive. Yeah.
it can, if you're not careful, it can have a bit of a detrimental effect on your business.
Yeah.
And looking back, it's sort of, all those hours we've devoted to making videos and having a laugh and really enjoying ourselves has had a bit of a negative effect on our business this year. We've not taken as much as we normally would, but we tried to, rather than give up doing something we loved, we tried to use it to shape how we do things. So that's why we bored you with many a backlog video.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but
that's why
you're helping us.
We've shut the store down. We've done all these things, hun.
Yeah.
To try and keep the YouTube thing going, because we feel that it's sort of a hobby-ish, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I mean, it's like I say, we've used it and it to help us, like I say, deal with things like our backlog. And
that's
that.
it.
It is. It's good.
And the reason we sort of started doing YouTube was because we did feel that we'd become a little bit isolated through the lockdown thing. We ended up working so many hours that we weren't spending much time together, and we've been lurking on like Chris's show for like 3 or 4 years, and you end up being quite reclusive. So this is why we sort of started doing YouTube, and the benefits, the rewarding side of dealing with people on the YouTube channel is really enhanced our year, isn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So although the business is not done as well as we would hope, the sort of the interaction with people, which is what we wanted, is gone a lot better than we ever thought it would.
Oh yeah.
It's just been amazing, isn't it?
It has been.
We've met some lovely people.
Yeah.
We have people that regularly chat and leave comments for us, and it's really enriched our year this year, isn't it?
Yes.
And makes all that hard work for making the videos worthwhile, doesn't it?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But next year we are going to have to get serious, aren't we, hun? Because we have focused this year on YouTube, and next year we are going to have to focus on the business a bit more.
Yeah.
So today really is about how can we make the business a bit stronger.
Yeah.
What do we need to do? Because we spent all these hours filming and we've let little things slide, haven't we?
We have, yeah.
So the first thing, hun, I've written down some notes.
We've got a list.
We've got a list of things we need to address. And we always do it this time of year. We always look at me and decide, because we are lucky enough, we see all our family within a sort of 3-4 day period.
Yeah.
And that means when Emily's probably over with her boyfriend, so we normally have about 5 or 6 days of not doing much really.
Most people would say we'll have those 5 or 6 days for yourself, but we're not like that, are we?
We're not good at relaxing, because we don't. It's not something we normally do, is it? The most we would ever do is sit and watch a film.
Yeah.
But we only do probably 2 films a year. That's we're not good at relaxing. So what we tend to do is I operate definitely a policy where we work until about 2ish, and then 2 o'clock onwards I'm proper lazy. Get my puzzle out, try and eat as much as possible, have as many hot drinks as I can, and that's how we do it. So the time between getting up and 2 o'clock, hun, this year is going to be filled with the dreaded stock take.
Dun, dun, dun.
We did this 2 years ago in this time period. It was bitter, wasn't it? 5 days. 5 days. We hated every minute of it.
We did change our sort of whole stock system. I did things sort of virtually by memory, in effect, didn't I?
You did, yeah.
We had
you knew where everything was.
It was, I'm surprised. I was quite surprised that I did remember. Oh, that's over there. Oh, okay, I'll go and get it. And it was surprising, but the downside with that, if anything was ever to, if I had an accident or I couldn't do something for some reason, someone else had to come in and help out, they wouldn't stand a chance.
No.
So we did change things.
Because we had 2 stores at that point, and we merged them into one, didn't we?
Yes.
Joined them all together, and we had masses of stuff.
So we did create our sort of system, but everything that was listed was in one location, one big location.
Yeah.
But it was
the garage.
The garage, one section of the garage, I should say.
But we did
change it to as you have hopefully seen from previous videos, that we changed it to a tub system for smaller items, and then obviously bigger items we have certain shelf units. So we sort of relocated and utilised the custom label. And had actual locations for everything. So if somebody did have to come in, or if you need to go and find something,
we've got a
you're
chance.
not relying on my
chance
memory.
of finding it.
Yeah, that's
and
exactly
the way we sort of have it in the garage, if you've seen any of our recent videos, is we have like a floor to sort of almost ceiling shelving, and that one whole block is a location. Like it'd be like B, for example.
Location.
It's several different shelves, but all of it is bean. And the reason we do that is so that when things sell, we can condense. We don't have to then change it around or input it on the computer. Once it's located in B location, it stays there forever.
It stays there, and it's just like
you
condense it down. You've got them big shelves, because like I say, you do sometimes with this job, you get all sorts of shapes and sizes of items, and what you don't want is to have lots of little spaces all along that shelf unit, and you're having to go to the computer and change your shelf on the custom label. So that's why we have the whole shelf unit.
It's like a column, isn't it?
Yeah,
of B location.
Yeah, of one letter, and then we can just condense without actually having to do anything.
Because one of your pet hates is gaps, isn't it?
Oh, I don't like gaps.
You don't like gaps. And at the minute, we've got a situation where we've got quite a few gaps because things have sold, with it being Christmas.
Yeah.
So Paul will always look to, when he gets a minute, condense. So you've got whole shelving spaces, so that when we buy things, you've got somewhere. You always want to know where you're going to put it, don't you?
That's it, yeah, I do.
Because Paul puts the location in when he's taking the photographs, and he looks to see where the gaps are. Then you locate it, put it on the computer, and then you put it in the space.
Yeah.
So stock take is the dreaded thing we'll be doing this year.
We will be, and we'll be, sorting it all out, condensing it. And the beauty thing is, though, is because we've already done the locations, we can now do it by shelf unit. We're you know what I mean? We can. We're not looking on the whole eBay site for one item and then locating it. We are dealing with that whole location. So the theory is we should be able to search by custom label.
Yeah.
And see what should be in that location and do a stock take of each location. So hopefully it will be a little bit quicker.
Yeah, I think so. I think the shelving's going to be okay. It's the tubs that are going to be the problem, because a lot of the tubs, the items are breakables that are wrapped up. They have a little label of what they are, but the whole tub's going to take a little bit of time, I think, because everything's in there.
But again, we can search by, because the tubs we use A, B, C, D, but we do TA, TB, TC.
Yeah.
And so it's tub A, you know what I mean?
But the good thing about the tub is that they are movable, so we can bring them into the office.
We can bring them into the warmth.
Where we've got heating and coffee.
Yes, and coffee.
So
lots
we've got
of coffee.
that option. Because what we want to do, some of the things in the tubs, the breakable items, whilst we're going through the stock take, I think it's important that we analyse what we've got and
how long we've had it.
Because what we tend to do is most months we do, at the last couple of weeks, we have a sale, don't we? So some of those items, if they've been on for a year, some of them could have been on a sale for 10, 12 times.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, if they've not sold at a reduced price for at least 12 months, then really I think we need to bundle. So if we've got, say for example in auction we bought some ashtrays, if we've got them singly and we've got 3 or 4, we could bundle them together. And I think that's what we need to do, because also at the same time, Hun, I've put down try to get under 1,500 items. We've got 1,600, I think. Yes, listings.
1,600 listings
We've got
currently.
1,600 odd, I think.
We've got 2 stores, so on the big store, we need to get that down. We don't really want to be paying extra for our listings. So
not in January and February when it can be a little bit.
Yeah, so you're right. There'll be a lot there that we can probably condense down and try and get rid of more in bulk rather than singles.
Yeah.
And get some stuff moving, and at the same time get those listings down.
I think what we noticed this year is that we didn't really buy so much over the summer. I think because we had quite a lot of backlog, but I think going forward next year, what we sort of want to do is by the spring want to be set up so that we can go and buy more at the boot sales, I think.
Yeah.
That's our sort of plan. But I've written down here, Hun, daily relists over the next month.
Yes.
So that's something you'll be doing on that site.
On that site, yeah. I mean, there is quite a lot that end and renew sort of
So you end,
every day.
You end them on the last day, don't you? Before
yes.
they're just about to renew.
Just before they're about to renew, end them. So you're not losing out on your allowance for that month. You're using it by ending the listing and either relisting or sell similar, however you prefer to do it. When we do that, we do say alter the title, alter the price, change the...
Sort the photos around a bit.
Change the photos. If we've got another photo we can use, we'll add that in. So it's really changing the listing, so sort of the algorithm thinks it's a new listing, in effect.
Yeah.
That's what
you're trying to get up on the old page, aren't you? Trying to
That's right.
on that first page.
So and by doing that, we have done that on a few items in the past, haven't we? And it has actually worked.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, we've sold some of those really old items by doing that.
So do you write the relist date in the SKU?
I haven't done, but I will.
Yeah, just so you know.
All I've been doing at the moment is in the custom label, been putting just relists, so I know that item has been relisted. But no, you're right. What we should do is have the relist date.
Yeah, I think so, because, I mean, unless there's anything else you want to mention, I was going to move on to the clothing store. You think of anything else we were going to do there?
Not that I can think of.
No. Well, if we just briefly touch on the clothing one then, because we obviously were doing the clothing challenge for our daughter's 21st birthday.
Yeah.
And so far we've bought 700. We've got 700 odd items of clothing, because what we tend to do is when we started learning about clothing, we had very small budgets on both of the challenges. But over time we've been learning, and so when we've been out, we've also been buying for us, haven't we? Really,
yes,
to sell on.
Yeah, definitely.
So now we've got a situation where we've bought quite a few items, and at the minute I think we've got over 350 items on that second store. Now it costs a little bit more to list, because I've only got the small shop,
the basic shop, which gives you 250 free listings a month. But if you've got 350, that's 100 listings that you're paying
extra for.
An extra 12 pence.
Yeah.
So that's an extra £12 a month you're paying for that. Obviously, the more listings you have, the closer you get to that value that you're paying for a medium store. You might as well upgrade to a medium store. But we were trying to sort of see if we can make it work on a basic store.
Yes, the whole point of because we've been doing niching down updates, the whole premise of the whole clothing store and the niching is, can you niche down into something and earn enough to be able to keep it going? So what we've been aiming to do is to sell £100 worth of stock a day on that clothing site.
Yeah.
Now, whether we'll ever get to that, we're going to keep going until we get to that, Hans. So I shouldn't be negative. We will get there.
We will get. I mean,
I don't know what year that'll be.
We've only been doing 6 months.
6 months we've been doing it.
So
I'm being a bit impatient there, but most days we do have a sale.
Yes, we do now. Yeah,
we have noticed
do have sales most days.
Trends, and to be honest, when we first started doing it, we didn't really think about the seasonality of clothing.
I mean, it's obvious now you talk about it.
It is,
but we didn't even think about it.
I bet everyone else thought, oh look, they haven't thought about the future. But what we're going to do is the same sort of thing. We are going to look at doing a stock take now. Not so urgent with a stock take, but to be honest with you, we've had a couple of things the last couple of days, haven't we? Some of our clothing is laid flat in a shelving a drawer unit, and we had a situation where we couldn't find an item. And fear of God, isn't it? When it's the worst thing when you're a reseller, if you can't find an item.
Yeah.
It should have been there. We looked everywhere, didn't we?
Yeah.
And what happened is that I'd put too much in the drawer, so when the drawer had shut, it had gone down the back. And we'd only looked for something else a couple of days ago, and you'd seen that there was nothing on the floor.
There wasn't. No, not when I looked.
So it obviously just
happened again.
Just happened again, and that was that.
Yeah.
So it has frightened us a bit into thinking, right, we need to do a stock take, because what we've got some things in a drawer unit, and then the rest of the items are in big IKEA bags, because we've yet to come up with a better way of housing them.
They need to be located. Well, I don't know. We're thinking maybe in the garage.
In the garage,
yeah.
They're all bagged up.
They're all bagged up. We do
They're
bag
all numbered.
them. We don't know yet whether we're going to tub them as well. But the garage is very, very dry. The
system we have, whenever we have, apart from that one that went down the back of the thing, when you give me a number, I can trot off and find it.
Oh yeah, she can find. Yeah,
they're stacked upwards.
Yeah,
two piles in an IKEA bag, and then
all numbered.
But then we've got another bag and another bag on top, so they take up a little bit of space.
But that really,
and I get a hernia every time I try.
The area where they are, they shouldn't be.
No.
So that is something definitely that we need to address.
We need to have. We've got the space, I think, now in the garage. It's just whether
but that,
finding the best space.
We need to sort out there first.
Yeah.
Get all that sorted and reduced down maybe, and then we can start thinking about how we're going to deal with the clothing. It might be that we find another area in the house for them. Sorry, that's our phone going off.
Someone's phoning us. Someone's trying to sell something. Yes, we've yet to come up with we've talked about it, we've yet to come up with the best way of how we're going to go forward with that side of it.
Yeah.
But the relisting, I've already started. As soon as the sale ended, I've started relisting, same as Paul was talking about, on the day that they are meant to, whatever the word is.
Oh, sorry, renew.
Renew, that's it. Couldn't think of it, hon.
Sorry.
I've ended them and then put them back on, changed the photos, changed the wording around, focusing more on the first 4 words. I think we saw it in Brum Resellers.
That's right, yeah, the
video.
first 4 words.
So I've made a few changes there on all the new ones. And in the SKU, I also put relist and the date. And what I'm planning on doing is like a 2-month rotation. So when I've relisted, those items will stay like that for 2 months, and then they will get relisted again.
Yeah.
And I think I need to have some sort of system where it only, every time it does it, I will shave the price a bit, change it around a bit. Because what I don't want is a store full of old stuff that's not sold. So it's trying to tackle that, because I'm paying extra for the listings. So I want to make sure the listings work.
Yeah, that's it, definitely. You don't want to be having to pay extra every month. And it may at some point grow to a point where we're getting in some decent sales, and you might want to grow it so much that you want to get to a medium store. If you're getting a decent turnaround, and if you're getting good money from it.
Yeah, it's a difficult situation with the clothing, isn't it? Because we only dedicate one morning a week because we are quite busy. But it's it's got so much potential. If you could source better stock, you could make more profit. But it's
I think that's the same with everything, really, isn't it?
No, but you know what I mean.
Source better stuff. Oh yeah.
If you went out and only bought 2 things, it's sometimes better than buying 10 things for smaller value. But it's devoting the time to it, and we just haven't got the time at the minute.
No.
But what we found in the summer when we went to boot sales, we found that we weren't buying clothing. That it was all George and Primark. It wasn't the branding that we needed. The branding we find in the charity shops, don't we?
We might need to go to other boot sales.
Yeah, posher boot sales.
Posher boot sales. Do you know any posh boot sales?
But no, this is the thing, isn't it? Is that not everything falls into place, and we've got the money to buy the clothing, but don't have the time to go out and source it. But I've got a little bit of a backlog with things needing cleaning. This is the downside of doing clothing. So a few things to tackle over that side of it.
Yeah.
But I think we're just going to plod on, aren't we, with the clothing? I mean, we have different ways of doing things here. Paul will work continually throughout the whole period. I have to have a bit of a shutdown to I want to make sure I get enough laziness in the time between Christmas and New Year. So I'm looking at the 16th of December, that will be when I stop doing listings. So what I've been trying to do over the last few days is to build up a draft bank. I've always wanted a draft bank,
Yeah.
So I've got a lot of clothing lined up, and I'm doing batches of 10 photographs, the clothing, so that it will just be a case of me pressing a couple of buttons and they're done. I can't
done
schedule,
for the
can
day.
you? Because you have to pay for scheduling on the smaller.
I think on the small
smaller
one you
site.
have to pay for it. Yes, that's it.
But I can get them lined up so they're ready. So that's what
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sort
just-
of.
yeah.
I've got this week and all of next week to focus on that. So that's sort of what I'm doing for that.
Yeah.
But really, I think the main focus is going to be the stock take. I mean, we haven't mentioned the other half of the garage, which is an absolute mess, isn't it?
It's not a pretty sight.
It's been a mess since April when we bought stuff back from the store. We've not really had time to focus. We've cherry picked a few things and sold them, but we are looking at our Christmas as being a bit of a sorting out time, aren't we?
Yeah.
So that so that we can start the new year. We always like to start the new year fresh.
Fresh, yeah.
And it's the only time we ever get to do anything like this, isn't it? To have any sort out.
Yeah.
So that's sort of what we're doing, hun.
Yeah, yeah.
Everyone's feeling sorry for us now. It sounds like we're going to have a horrible time. But
No, it'll
we
be
do
all right.
like mentally, we like it when we're organised and when we start and when we're tidy. That's
That's
what we
the
want to
thing.
do, don't we?
The problem is stuff stays in here in the background, and it's really frustrating when you've always got things on your mind. So,
Yeah.
like for instance, the front of the garage when you mentioned about that's not in the best state. So that's always been up here, thinking, well, we've got to get that sorted at some point.
Yeah.
And you're itching to do it, but you can't because something else comes along.
Yeah.
So,
Our
yeah.
focus is always on getting the parcels out.
Parcels out,
Listing
main
something,
thing.
selling it, getting it out.
Getting it
That's
out,
our
getting
focus.
it turned around and getting it moved out as quick as possible away
Yeah.
from here, sort of thing.
But over Christmas we don't sell as much, so it gives us a bit of time to address some of the things that we want to sort of do ready for the new year.
Yes, that's it.
A lot of this is going to take a month to sort some of these out, and the relisting and things like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
going to be trying to get it ready for the end of January, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's really where we are, I think, hun, isn't it?
Yes.
It's
Our
not
little-
exciting dealing with
Yes.
some of these reselling things, but sometimes you do need to have a sit down and a chat and a plan of what you're going to do.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll be able to do some videoing over Christmas, hun, so they don't miss out on this excitement.
Well, hopefully we can do something for you. Yeah, that's the thing.
We don't want them to
And,
miss out on the stock taking, the exciting
No,
stock
but
taking.
that we would time lapse it for you if we did.
Yeah, I think it's not all about buying and it's not all about selling. It's sometimes it's having a bit of a tidy up, isn't it?
That's it. Yeah.
Got to do
Yeah.
that horrible bit as well.
Yeah. So yes, hopefully you haven't been too bored of us chatting away.
Turns out they don't really care what
No, we don't. No.
for Christmas. But thanks ever so much.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for taking the time to watch our video. And if you liked our content,
Please like and subscribe to our channel. Subscription is free.
Oh.
You just got to press the little red subscribe button
I'm doing it, hun. I'm doing it.
and the bell icon,
Another one.
and then you'll be notified for our future videos.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you. Yeah, today we thought we'd go through. Oh, Jesus.
It's because you don't have breakfast.
Jesus Christ.
We might need to start that again, hun. That wasn't subtle.
No, I'm such an ass. What did you say?
I thought you had a hand. But I said you're such an ass. Oh, look at me being brave. Me being brave. All you had to do was gently tap. We're back.
Okay, my love, I'm ready. Got a very sore eye today. Itchy, tired.
So you're not ready?
I am ready. I just had to tell you about my eye. Okay, love, good luck. Looking at the lens.
The
It's
big
so
round
weird
thing in the
because
middle.
I'm so used to having the phone. Anyway,
Natural.
natural, profesh.
Eiffel
Boom.
Tower.
Nice big coffee after this, my love.
Oh, yes.
Yums.
Yum scrum.
Piggy's buns.
Are you ready?
I'm ready, my love. Let's do it. Let's be profesh.
Let's do it.
It's me in it.
Have you forgotten?
Chat shop video. Right. Okay.
Chat shop video.
I was smiling, thinking he's taken a while to start.
Subscribe button, and then the bell icon as well.
I went too early with the bell
You
icon.
did,
Ruined
didn't
it.
you? Yeah. And if you click that bell icon, you'll be notified for our future videos.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
I did. I had one job. Oh God, hon, I'm an idiot. All I had to do was go like that, but I went. It was like a race. I'm sorry, my love. I'm sorry. I really ruined it.
That's all right. You just press that little red subscribe button.
You were buttoning again as well.
Button.
That little red button.
Button.
I made it sound smutty. I went, ooh. And then I heard it back and I thought, don't laugh, don't ruin another one. Godspeed. Ooh. That's not a good sign. A good sign. I say good luck and you kick something instantly. Do we need to tell Ems we're recording? Is she
I've
gonna...
told her.
Oh, okay.
You've already said that.
Oh,
Literally 5 minutes ago, you said, "Oh, do you want to tell her?" I said, "Yeah, okay."
I just remember
Now shout it up.
I just remember the hoovering bit. Phone the home, hun.
Jesus, just done it again.
That box again. Good luck. Let me just. That's made no difference at all. Okay, I'm ready.
Sure.
Let's do it.
Sure.
I was getting really nervous, hun. Oh, we do the goodbye bit now.
Off that one. That was really
Your
annoying me.
OCD was coming.
It was. It was. I was thinking.
I could see you trying to.
I was trying to move clothing
It's
to
not
try
so
and block
distracting
it.
when I'm.
I'm sorry. I couldn't help it.
And I looked over and you just had this little light.
Yeah. Every week. It's you.
Okay, I'm ready. Are we doing it? Let's do it. Go. Ready? Thank you for taking the time to watch our video.
Sorry.
Ready?
Go. Thank you for it.
Right, you ready? Be sensible. How many people sit and go, she's been on the wine again?
Yeah. Where's me clock? Is it that one?
Your clock.
Me watch face.
So,
I'm just going to leave this running for a minute because I want to see if it gets past 30 minutes or not. Because I think it's at 29 something.
oh yeah. What should we do then? Should we pretend we're on a ship?
Yeah. Other way.
We both had our hands like that. Like they're glued to our face.
That'll do.
Straight my head. Why did I do that? This is our weekly roundup. Yeah, you got all the figures, haven't you?
Well, yeah.
Okay. Help me on the.
Yeah. Are we ready?
I think so, my love. We'll have to huddle together for warmth. Oh. I knew we should have had a coffee first.
Yeah. I can get a coffee if you want. You can have a coffee while we're recording.
Yeah,
It's
but
up
I
to
might
you.
be slurping all over the place. It'd be unsightly, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
No, we can reward ourselves after we've done this.
Yeah. So there's a lot of
The way.
Any reason why you shouted that?
I think we bored everyone to death.
Thanks ever so much.
Wake up, everyone, wake up. Oh, it's me. Right, ready? Head up straight. Oh, thank you for taking the time. Right, ready? Thank you for taking the time.
My head was going back up when you said it.
Ready? Thank you for taking the time to watch our video. I heard you laughing through your nose again.
You just got to push that little button.
I'm doing it, Han, I'm doing it.
Get down.
You probably frightened me then.
Excuse me.
People think we're having a domestic now. That's like assault, that is.
That's all.
I thought you loved my little thing. You Right, okay, I'm not.
No, you can use
I'm not doing the thing. Oh, I'm going to be too scared to go like that now.
No, that's not me joking.
No, come on then. Come on.
Ready, Jerry?
Yeah, cold fingers, hon.
Go.
Ready? You're scratching your bonds. Well, you don't do that much, do you?
Bonds.
Bonds. Right.
Yeah, you got me thinking of Peter Kay now.
Why? What did he do?
Phoenix Nights sounds like Bonds.
Oh, yeah.
One word. Sorry.
Well, you can't say that now and expect me to just carry on.
Who saw this?
I don't know. Get myself comfy.
Why didn't you do it?
That's afraid you're going to scare me again.
I was only joking.
No, I know, but it is. I didn't expect it. Do you want me to do it then?
You can do it if you want to do it.
Okay.
Do you want to do it?
I don't. Can't really have a conversation about going on. And then you can make us a coffee, hun, because it always tastes nicer when you make it. Whip up something to go with it. Some form of cake. When are we having s'mores? You know, I saw those chocolate digestives. When are they for?
We can't have s'mores.
Are they
It's
Christmas?
not Christmas.
Are they Christmas?
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay. I have to
It's
wait.
only the 9th.
Okay. We're doing the end, right?
Oh, I was trying to go.
Think about the s'mores. Right, you ready?
3. You've only got to push the little red subscribe button.
I'm pushing it, hon. I'm pushing
You're
it.
And the bell icon as well, and then you'll be notified for
Other
our future-
hand.
Other one. Yeah, and then you'll be
It was the 2. It was the 2. He was doing the 2. Oh God, it set me off, and I'm sorry. Oh God, it was me. So nutter. Oh God, I'm an idiot. Right, I must remember that people can see us, hon. We need to be normal. Okay. I'm not going to do the different hand bit. It's too much.
It's
Too much crazy. Just try and be half as crazy again. Oh, did you hear that was my knee then? Did you hear that?
Yeah, again.
Again.
Is it alright?
Well, it's too late now. Too late now to try and be caring. Yeah, it's still attached. You're
That's
right.
good.
Oh God.
It's just
Oh, I really need coffee, hon. Gone a bit too lally.
Come on, we're done.
Are we done? Another week done in the Emsden headquarters. Ooh. Longy's doing his own thing again.
My
Sorted.
finger's really cold.
Oh no. Should we get some coffee? Some coffee.
It's some coffee.
I've got to go to the toilet. Oh.
Now it's up to everyone.
Boom.